Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your October 2023 mid-month general reading. We are looking at the last half of October, and this reading is for the air sign of Aquarius. As always, I hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here. Please hit that like button. It really does help move the channel along. Share and subscribe as well if you feel like it. Thank you for those of you who comment, who reach out for personal readings, those of you who refer and recommend me to others. My gratitude always. Thank you, and many blessings back to you. So Aquarius, if your sun, moon, rising, if your sun, moon, rising, Venus sign is in Aquarius, if you're cross-watching for Aquarian, this video is for you. General reading, of course, it may resonate a little differently for everyone watching. If you know any or all of your other signs, watch those videos as well for additional insight. And if something does resonate with you and you'd like to take a deeper look at it, maybe reach out for a personal reading with me for yourself or as a gift for someone else, or you simply like the reading style, if you're interested in a personal reading with me, please email me at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You can also see that info by clicking the description link, the description or the title of this video. I would love to hear from you, and I can usually get back to you the same day with all the relevant information. I do offer a pretty wide array of reading choices in all areas of life, of all different types and lengths and styles and costs and budgets. There's something in there for everyone. And I do readings full time. It's all that I do. So I'm able to deal with scheduling of personal readings in a pretty timely fashion as well, if that's important to you. So if you're interested, email me. Okay, Aquarius, I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with the Radiant Rider-Waite. And we begin with the Emperor. It's interesting because your sister sign Gemini also had that in the same place too. And that was 2 readings ago. With the Emperor, we have the Six of Wands, victory, triumph, success after a struggle, after a challenge, after a battle. The Emperor is like he's won a great victory, great battle here. Or that's the agenda. I say his because the Emperor is a very strong masculine energy. I mean, I don't focus too much on gender in general readings because it could be any gender and any sign. It just shows the stereotypes, right? But the Emperor is a pretty masculine, older masculine energy, so we'll see. Next we have the Five of Wands, winning at all costs, a hard-won victory, winning no matter what. This is a very determined, aggressive, I'm gonna win kind of energy with the King of Wands, which is interesting because the King of Wands is fire, of course, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and the Emperor is attached to the sign of Aries. So some of you, this might be your energy or the energy of someone close to you. For your energy, it might be that you have strong fire aspected in your natal chart as well. Really, so far, really like assertive, aggressive, I'm going to win no matter what energy. For some of you, it might be these two men, one of which you probably are facing off with each other or trying to outdo each other. I don't know. Let's see. We have the Six of Coins, gift giving, gift receiving. Paying attention to the balance of giving and receiving, because sometimes this can represent a breadcrumb card or somebody who's being careful about how you give of your resources. But it can also represent, giving, coming from a place where you have a lot to give and you're only giving a little bit, you or somebody close to you. Oh, look at that. The 10 of Coins with that. Long-term stability and security. Someone is coming from a position of having a lot to give, but they're only doling out a little bit at the time, so it's a little bit stingy energy here. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy and focus, which is interesting because Gemini had this for overall focus too. Overall focus for the last half of October is the Three of Coins. But I often see that with like, the water signs will have similar themes to each other in a month, fire, whatever. So yeah, Gemini did too. So the Three of Coins is working together. It's working together to build something. It's people kind of coming to the table and kind of haggling, compromising, negotiating, and trying to agree on one, a common cause or goal, something to be accomplished, and two, how to do that, right? And it can also represent mediation between people, just trying to come to some kind of common consensus here. And you have to work together to do that in some way. So let's clarify that overall energy of the Three of Coins. the Fool, the Eight of Swords, the Two of Swords. Okay. I think this is going to be... You guys might want to watch Gemini too, because I think this is going to be similar to that. All right. So teamwork, collaboration, compromise with that Three of Coins, but someone is stuck. It's stuck. The negotiations or whatever is trying to be built is stuck because somebody feels it would be too risky. Somebody feels whatever. There's something somebody's not wanting to look at here. I mean, the Two of Swords is, I don't want to, you know, I mean, twos represent at a crossroads, so a choice has to be made. But this person is stuck here. The previous card being the Ace of Swords, of course, which would have meant this person saw the truth or saw some kind of epiphany, had some kind of epiphany or perspective. But here they're blindfolded. They're crossing their swords, meaning their intellect, because swords is governed by air, which governs our intellectual landscape. I don't want to, because if I look at this thing head on, then I'm going to have to choose. I'm going to have to make choices, take action, and I don't want to make a choice in either direction. Because I can't because of this, I can't because of that, I can't because of the other thing. Swords, the swords is the only thing keeping this person trapped here. It's a belief system or an ideology or reasons or excuses we give ourselves. I can't because of this, I can't because of that, I can't because of the other thing. But no, the truth is, no, I don't want to look at the truth because then I have to do something and I don't want to. You know, it may be that you might say that it's too risky or it represents starting a whole new chapter of your life, which is you're afraid of. I say you, it could be somebody close to you, which you're afraid of. It could be you're afraid you'll lose your some sense of independence or the ability to just go whenever you want, wherever you want, however you want kind of energy or something like that. There's this you know, this Three of Coins, you know, which does represent people working together in, you know, kind of people working together to build something long lasting and stable. Something that might even outlast them. Somebody else, it's stuck. It's it's stuck because somebody says, I can't because of this, I can't because of that, I can't because of the other thing. Let's take a look at this Emperor. Nine of Swords. The Emperor is overthinking it and stressing about an unknown future and trying to come up with the outcome, and almost always the worst possible negative outcome, kind of envisioning that, overthinking it, negative thinking. The Five of Pentacles, feeling shut out, abandoned, betrayed, not good enough. Could be financial and material issues or fears are part of this as well. The World, the last major arcana card in the tarot. Stress, maybe they're being shut out by somebody, maybe they're afraid of being shut out, maybe they're afraid something's going to end and they're going to be left bereft without something. Might be a relationship here, I don't know. It was for Gemini, but we'll see. I'm not seeing anything else here. Six of Wands, victory, triumph, success. The Seven of Swords, the Empress, and the Devil. The Empress is the Emperor's natural mate. Emperor and the Empress represent, you know, a couple it's a long-term permanent relationship. It's typically a marriage. Maybe that's part of the issue here. Maybe it's not married. One person wants to get married, one person doesn't. Might be that. It feels like you can't agree on how things should proceed forward for sure. But I mean, the victory for you would be this Emperor. I mean, this is somebody this is an Emperor. Wait, let me grab this Emperor card so I can illustrate. This is an Emperor who's totally obsessed with his Empress, cannot see himself with anybody else, cannot bear the idea of the Empress leaving him or anything like that. Of course, he keeps it all to himself, right? But his victory is he doesn't want to, but he's tired. It feels like, yeah, this is a clash of viewpoints, of perhaps ideologies, how two people within a relationship are seeing something. A married couple, it could be parents, because the Emperor and the Empress are the traditional, like, you know, mother and father of the tarot. So it might be a set of parents, which you might be a part of, or it might be your parents. Any way it works out, so general reading, the little specifics will always vary, but the energy fundamentally remains the same. There's some issue within the Emperor and the Empress's relationship. It feels like one person it feels like things can't proceed further because somebody says, I can't do the thing you want me to do because of this, because of that, because of the other thing. But they're being shut out in the process. They're afraid of being shut out. They're afraid of continuing to be shut out ad infinitum. They're afraid they're going to do without. And yet, secretly, and I say secretly because he's probably not sharing it, he or she's probably not sharing it, you know, they're totally obsessed with their Empress. They can't see themselves with anybody else. And, you know, yeah. 5 of Swords, but they're like determined. They don't want to let go either. But it feels like maybe they're the ones being stingy here, or they're not. I don't know. Let's move on. 5 of Swords. The Queen of Wands. You know, fascinating, because Gemini also had the King and Queen of Wands and the Emperor and the Empress too. So 5 of Swords. Winning at all costs. The Queen / the Empress is not going to back down. Page of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. This might be another person. There might be a third-party situation or a potential third-party situation. It might be that the Emperor there's a competitor for the Empress. But this Queen of Wands is saying, look, I deserve so much better, and I'm not going to continue to be given only breadcrumbs, only little bits. This is the kind of person that I want. I deserve these things. Not in an ego-driven way. Well, it might be for some of you. It might be being... I mean, there might be an element of... I mean, it might here be that the Emperor's energy is very stingy or doesn't want to move forward with something, whether it's money, whether it's marriage, whether it's some combination of both. But there's also an element with the Empress or the Queen of Wands here that she might be overly focused on perhaps money security issues. And I mean there's a valid point to that, but you can cross the line and kind of be overly focused on it as well. King of Wands. The Emperor again. This King and Queen of Wands and the Emperor and the Empress are the same couple. The Emperor again. 9 of Wands, 8 of Cups. Someone's tired and thinking about walking away. Somebody's afraid that their partner is tired and thinking about walking away, like giving up. I'm not going to do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I'm leaving. I'm going to go in search of my wish fulfillment. I'm going to go in search of what I need and what I feel I deserve. This is a general reading, so you can be on one side of the story, the other. You can reverse it as well. 6 of Coins. Yeah, 4 of Coins, Justice, and the 5 of Wands. Our miser or economical card, fighting with the 5 of Wands, conflict, internal, external conflict, going around and around and around about the same things. Justice, reap what you sow, doing the right thing. Could be marriage, contractual agreements. This is like fighting over that it's not enough. Something isn't enough. They're not doing the right thing. And again, very similar to your sister sign Gemini's reading, it feels like within this partnership or within this relationship, there is a difference in how people are seeing something. They want to see something. Regardless of whether it's the way it is, they don't want to look at something because then that means that they would have to make choices or decisions. No, I can't do what this person wants to do, but I don't want to look at that too closely because if I do, I might have to acknowledge that this relationship, 1, won't work unless we do this thing together, or 2, we'll break up and go our separate ways, and I don't want to look at that either because I couldn't be with anybody else, right? I mean, that's kind of the energy here, and the other person, it's like two people who, they're a couple. They're like Emperor and Emperor. They're meant to be together. They're a good match, right? In a lot of ways. But on this one issue, they're like, it's like one's on one mountaintop and one's on the other mountaintop yelling at each other, and this isn't enough. You're not giving me the long-term security and stability I need. Now, within that, it might be marriage. It might be, money issues, It isn't enough. I feel like I'm in stasis. I'm in limbo. I'm trapped. That kind of energy. That's the whole gist of this right now. So I'm going to end with advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit. We're only looking at a 2-week period of time, but I think this has been going on for quite some time in this relationship. Advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit for Aquarius. Six of Swords, healing, putting the worst behind you and moving into a better place. In order to do that, Knight of Wands, Page of Cups. This is charging forward and presenting some kind of offer or opportunity that's love driven. You know, the Three of Pentacles again, which is the same as the Three of Coins. So it's quite clear that the Spirit is saying, look, the two of you can work together and build something long-lasting, stable, but it requires compromise and negotiation. And you need to move forward in a fairly swift and decisive way, but not haphazard, right? Because the Knight of Swords is a fast knight, but he's a smart knight too, because he's the Knight of Air. So he develops a plan of action. He maintains that balance between being fast, between being speedy and decisive, but in a very planned and organized way. The High Priestess is intuition, gut instinct, higher self, a knowing. It's a sense of knowing. There's a sense here that somebody knows what they're supposed to do, and they need to just make up their mind to do it, and sooner rather than later. I don't know if it's you, I don't know if it's the other person, but for many of you, it's you. There's a sense here of knowing what needs to happen. I mean, whether or not you do it, free will, free agency, that's why we're here. That's how we learn, right? Some of us need to just kind of make that same cycle 100 times before we finally get it through our heads and make a change that we need to make. Some of us only, have to go around a couple of times before we get it through our heads. It really depends. But Spirit is saying that the advice here, there's a strong implication that the High Priestess, what you need to do here. Whether it's stay, whether it's try and renegotiate, whether it's move forward, that you know what you need to do, and you need to take action on that and actually move forward in a very decisive way, one way or the other. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Aquarius, those are your messages for the last half of October 2023. I hope you found them relevant and useful. If you did and you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, take a deeper look at something for yourself or as a gift for someone else. Personal readings do make great gifts because they're personal. If you're interested in that, or you simply like the reading style and you're interested in a reading, please email me at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You can see that contact info by clicking the title or the description of this video. I would be delighted to hear from you and to work with you. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the November general readings. Until then, please stay safe and well, and hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.